What's up, guys? We are here at Esk8Con 2024 with BKB, BuildKitBoards. This company has been around for a while now, and we're here with Quinten. You are the CEO, is that correct?
That's correct.
Sweet. So I've got some questions today. We've got some new products from you guys.
For sure.
That have, well, maybe not too new, but new to me and new to the channel.
Yeah, right.
We've got the RailCore system over here, and then they're working on a new version of the Voyager remote, which has been on my channel quite a while ago. I was part of the beta of the remote.
That's right.
I think almost 2 years ago now.
A little bit over 2 years ago at this point.
Yeah, so first off, we've got this sweet RailCore system. Do you want to just run us through what it is, how it works, and some of the quirks and features?
Yeah, so RailCore is our new modular battery system, a battery and enclosure system. So essentially it just gives you a rail that you can put on the bottom of your deck, which you can easily mount and unmount batteries within seconds. Show you a quick example. Let's say you wanted to slide, let's say this is your ESC right here.
Yep.
I'll take a plug out of here so I can plug it in properly. You pop that into place. Let's say you wanted a small battery. These are flight safe, so these smaller batteries are 12S1Ps, 99.8 watt hours. So just safe enough to take on a plane. You can bring up to 1 and then 2 replacements with you. So with these 3 together, you can get just about 20 miles of range wherever you go.
And these are 18650s?
Correct. These are 18650s.
What cell have you got in there?
I believe they are P4A, I believe. Jared, do you know the cells that are in these 12S1Ps?
It's Molly cell P268.
P268.
Okay, P268. Nice. Yeah, those are basically a Samsung 30Q, but better.
Yeah.
Basically. So, I mean, whenever you want to mount anything up, it's super simple. You just slide it onto the rail, slide it back, make sure your XT90 is lined up. Oh. And then it pops into place. And if you wanted to add another one, you can do the same thing. You pop it in, you're good to go.
So when you hook them together like this, you're hooking them up in parallel, is that right?
Correct. So this is a 12S2P right now.
So you got 12S2P of 18650s.
Right.
So people on my channel are familiar with DIY because that's a lot of what I do. Mm-hmm. And so, you know, there's some questions that come to mind immediately when I see batteries being plugged in like that. And one of the main things is that normally when you plug in parallel packs, they absolutely have to be at the same voltage. Otherwise, essentially what happens is the batteries from the higher charge pack dump all their power into the lower charge pack, causes a big spark, and can cause problems for the batteries. So what is your solution to helping idiot-proof a system like this where you could plug in 2 very different voltages?
Well, first off, I think education is the best thing you can go for as far as these kinds of things. So whenever you build a board like this, you get a full tutorial that tells you exactly what you should be operating, the prime ways to store the batteries, how to maintain the batteries, how to charge the batteries, and how to basically use the RailCore system. Okay. So of course we don't advise you to put a large, mostly charged battery with a discharge battery. It's just not the smartest thing, like you said. I mean, it's just a recipe for disaster. Yeah. Thankfully, it won't completely fry your system, but it's still highly not recommended. Yeah. We can't necessarily have a way around that just because of how BMSs work. Right. But our approach is education. So we try to tell you as much as we can, and it's almost in the tutorial. So whenever you're reading through and building your board, you'll understand this by the end of your journey.
That's good to hear. So those tutorials are in like PDF form online or video, or? No,
so we have a full written out tutorial step by step that goes through with photos and tells you exactly what to do.
Nice.
Whether you use our kits or not, it's totally applicable. The only thing that's different within our kits between our Tato and our Duo is the deck. So essentially, if you wanted to build your own board with your own deck, all you need to do is have a deck that has minimal, and I say minimal flex because of how the XT90s connects with each other.
Right, yeah, of course.
And you can build this basically on any platform you'd like. So the tutorial is basically universal.
Sweet. And it looks like you've got a larger version over here. Is this 12S2P, I think you said?
That's correct, yeah. So these are 12S2P 21700s.
So you can have up to 246 12S6P in one RailCore system? Nice.
Yeah, so you get about like 60 plus miles of range on that. On our previous boards, on our Type R, which a lot of people are familiar with, we got like a 12S5P in there, and that got us reliable 60 miles.
On your
12S6P.
Right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Cool. That's really neat. Do you have any plans in the future to go to a 21700 cell, or is that too much space?
For the 12S1P?
Yeah.
We can't do that without increasing the watt hours, and then that kind of makes it illegal to fly with.
Right.
Our big goal with these smaller packs were to be flight safe.
Okay.
That was the main reasons for us to making them. If you want to have a lot of range, we recommend you go with one of these. I mean, 3 of these packs is equal to 1 of these packs in range.
In terms of watt hours?
in terms of the output and range that you would get from one pack
like
compared
average.
to 3 packs, which you can take as a maximum on an airplane with you.
Sweet. So what kind of materials have you got in here? What plastic is the base
ABS
rail
plastic.
made out of?
Yeah, so it's an ABS PC composite, and then there's crush ribs that are used on the inside to keep it secure, and then that goes at the back. So.
Okay, so ABS and PC, those are fairly impact resistant. I know ABS does have issues with cracking sometimes. I'm sure you guys tested this a bit before releasing it. Did you experience any kind of failures on the RailCore system?
Yeah, so the system's been insanely reliable. We've never had a rail crack or anything like that. A lot of testing went into it. I mean, it took over a year probably from startup development till production shipment.
Yeah.
So they've been thoroughly tested as they feet around, and the board's been thrown off, tables and whatnot.
Of course, everything has its limits at a certain point.
Yeah,
I wouldn't say this is anything worse than what we had in the previous years, though. Like a Type R enclosure is just as stable and able to hold what you have going down as this is.
Nice.
It's 3 millimeters thick, so it's literally like the thickest you can make ABS and polycarbonate.
Yeah, that's pretty thick. Once you get past that thing, it's a lot of times you get warping and cracking as the plastic shrinks.
Yeah.
So
Exactly.
that's really cool. So if you guys are interested in building a modular battery, this is definitely a good way to do it, as long as you don't have a flexi deck. Now, off the top of my head, I could think of a way of connecting them in a DIY fashion between the packs.
Yeah,
you've
let's do
got
a daisy
this
chain XT90.
XT90, so you could pretty much just make cables that go between them.
Similar to what we have right here, actually, on the dirt bike.
Yeah,
so
I saw
this
you guys
dirt bike
got a
is
dirt
running
bike
on our
here.
12S 2Ps as well. So this dirt bike gets about 35 miles of range.
Nice.
And we just have the same exact thing. We have a daisy chain connection of these XT90s going from one to the other.
Nice.
So you really could do that, and you could do a split setup if you wanted to as well, where you have a battery pack up front and then your ESC in the rear, and kind of connect them that way, so you kind of have a dispersion of weight.
Yeah. So
There's
one
tons
of
of
the
different
changes you made
possibilities.
recently was, I believe you went to a Hobby Wing ESC, is that right? LingYi, okay.
Yeah.
So how's that been treating you guys?
It's been good so far. We're still working on improving the firmware slightly, but it's been great. Our main concern with going away from our Zenith was just reliability. We also noticed that a lot of people weren't really utilizing the VESC platform. We understand the power of VESC, and we understand that VESC is never to be replaced with something that's non-VESC.
Yeah.
But most of our customers weren't using the VESC to their full capabilities. They were paying for a premium product that they weren't really taking advantage of. So we figured we'd offer a cheaper option. We have a VESC coming very soon. At the end of this week, actually, we're going to be offering a VESC that's 18S capable.
Oh, wow.
And then we're also going to be selling these ESC cases without ESCs inside of them. So that way you can install and use whatever ESC you'd like and fully program it to your own liking.
That's sweet. So can you talk any more about your new ESC, or is it still under wraps? All right, so we're just checking on the 18S VESC info. So you guys, this video is going to come out in a while, so you guys will be releasing an 18S ESC soon-ish, and you have some background on that?
Yeah, essentially, if you know a StormCore 100D, essentially the same thing as that.
So I know you guys, the factories for the Zenith and the old Unity and the Storm car, I'm pretty sure they're all pretty similar. I go way back in the DIY community, so I have like a weird insider knowledge on that.
Yeah.
So were you guys able to find LaCroix's manufacturer, or just?
So, and I can kind of touch on that. It was the other way around. So essentially they came to us and they were like, hey, we have a bunch of leftover stock that we have already paid for. It's sitting in our warehouse. We need to recoup the money.
Yeah.
You can help us sell. So I don't think this is going to turn to something where we're repetitively selling it.
Okay.
We're just going to have a small batch that we're going to sell it.
Will it be BKB branded, or?
Yeah. So there won't be any like logos or anything on it. It'll just be the BKB logo on it.
Okay, sweet. Yeah, that's some really cool info to share.
Yeah.
I guess last thing then, you guys have the Voyager remote. This was on my channel a while ago. I had a beta unit. I had some issues with it. I felt that the case was kind of slippery and a little bit weak, and I think a lot of those issues are going to be addressed with the new version.
Yeah. So with the new version, we have a bunch of different updates coming along. I mean, obviously, we bought these in bulk, and we had some testing, as you were a part of, and we implied some of those. And then we sold out thanks to the VESC One Wheel community. They've been a huge supporter of this remote.
Such a weird, out of nowhere thing.
It's something that we totally didn't intend for it to be used for, but we're so thankful to the community and so happy to be a part of it.
Yeah.
Everybody's great. Shout out to Tech Nico over at Float Life. He's been instrumental in helping this remote get off the ground and being used in other VESC platforms other than e-boards.
Yeah, I'm a big fan of their channel and what they do as well.
It's great. I mean, the races that they do are just insane. I can't imagine doing it myself, but much respect to them.
Yeah, they really go all out.
Yeah, for sure. But updates to the remote, definitely getting a reinforced case. That's #1 on the docket.
Yep.
We're going to be trying to do some sort of silicone or some sort of more grippy material on the outside. We're still trying to figure that out right now. We're still in the development phases.
Yeah.
So we have a pre-order set right now where you can get a discount when the remote does come out in the next couple months.
Have you considered like over-molding instead of like a case?
Yeah.
It's just cost prohibitive at this point, so it'd be
that's understandable.
Be made and then over-molded, redesigned, and it's it's just cost benefit for that.
So
yeah, that makes sense.
This might not be perfect for the timing of the video, but we do have a pre-order open, and when you order the pre-order, I'm not trying to get pre-orders, I'm just trying to say, if you have any input of what you'd like to see in the remote, we have a full Facebook group that you were also a part of, the beta Voyager group, that we're now utilizing again to help and give updates from our side and give options to the consumers, because those are the ones who really, who we need to listen to. I mean, we look at these things all day, every day, so we can look at it and say, oh, this would be nice, but the people who are really using it out in the field are really the ones who know what we need to change.
Yeah.
The biggest thing, sorry to cut you off.
Yeah, no, you're good.
Another big update is the receiver. I mean, that was probably one of the biggest things that I wanted to change on it, just reliability. Yeah. And that's probably one of the biggest changes and updates that we're doing.
So is it redesigned circuit board or?
Yeah. Correct, yeah.
Nice.
So completely redesigned
PCBs.
Completely redesigned PCB for the remote and the receiver, and then the screen is going to be LISP compatible, so you can completely customize the code for the screen.
Yeah.
And then put whatever you want on it. So like duty cycle, current, speed, amps, whatever you want. You can have.
That's pretty sweet. I know, like, it was definitely up there in terms of how much info it reported when compared to other remotes, and honestly, the remote market is still terrible, in my opinion.
Yeah.
We've got the puck is good old reliable. We've got VX4, which, I mean, it has some signal issues from time to time, and the potentiometer is known to go out. The issues I had with this made me not want to use it. Obviously, no hit against you guys. It just wasn't my thing. But hopefully with this new version, we'll see some great new improvements. And if you guys have any feedback on this remote, if you have one and you have feedback, leave it in the comments and or email it to them. And it sounds like they'll be happy to hear that.
Yeah, anything.
Yeah.
If you send us a message, I'll be the one answering it. So really appreciate all the feedback.
Yeah, sweet. Well, thank you so much for your time, guys.
Thank you.
It's good to see you and meet you in person officially. You too. And have a great day.
Thanks for stopping by.